It's been quite a while since we took a look at a custom mechanical keyboard, and since R2 has just been launched for the group buy, we are going to take a look at the Round 1 Lily by GOG plateless 60% HHKB layout. No further ado, let's get right into the video. As I mentioned, it's a plateless board, HHKB layout, which was very, very strange to me at first when I saw it on GeekHack. Beautifully designed, as I mentioned, HHKB, even though it's not a true HHKB. A true HHKB has a 6U spacebar and then a little more space around the corners, like the corner blockers are, I think they're asymmetrical, if I'm correct, and then, with the sizing of the corners, the positioning of the modifiers goes a little bit inward. This is much more symmetrical. It looks fantastic. It has a little lighting indicator, LED indicator, depending on the layer. Split backspace, regular HHKB or 60% layout. Even though I'm a much bigger fan of a 2.5U right shift. So I do have it layered with, I think, 2 layers, and it's also set up for the indicators. If I'm on layer 1, there's one LED lighting up. If I go to layer 2, the second LED is lighting up. The board itself, it's a 2-piece board. You get the top piece, which comes in 4 different colors, and I think for R2 they added a couple of colors and they swapped some out. I have lilac. It wasn't my favorite one. I wanted to either go for the silver one or the red one. The red is just pure gorgeousness. I have been thinking of getting this refinished by Wally again in some kind of either red and black or black and red. And I wanted to go with GMK Jamon for this one, but I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do it or not. And then you have 2 choices for the back piece, either a matte finished brushed stainless steel, or you have a polished PVD stainless steel piece. Both come with this really nice lily centerpiece, which just looks absolutely gorgeous. And then you have a recessed USB-C port, and then of course this little contour on the side. The typing feel is actually quite nice. I have felt better boards, especially plateless boards. I think for me the 4B still sets the standard on typing feel and bounciness. There is no flex because the PCB has no flex cuts. There's a slight bit of bounce, and as I mentioned in the beginning, the plateless build is much better implemented than compared to GOG's first try with the 7B, which is a 75% board. I think it was initially as a plated board, and you had it, I think, with either a PC plate or an aluminum plate. I went straight to the plateless build, and you felt some mushiness, unevenness with the spacebar, and I think that was because beneath the spacebar they had this little tab, this little leaf tab to put in between the top and the bottom piece, and I think there was a slight flex cut right above the spacebar. There's nothing like this implemented on this PCB. Feels much better plateless than the 7V, but from a design perspective, they're very close, even though this is a 60% and this has a little more, I would say, liliness, a little more contour. The 7V had a pretty similar feel to it, even though the 7V was more, I think, straight lined and had more cuts and corners and straight edges than this. They're pretty similar. And I think something that GOG did with the Lily and the Type K, which is one of the most anticipated boards over the last couple of years, he sent it out with a nice black coated aluminum case, which is super nice. I think this is one of the best additions in any custom keyboard that I've seen so far, because you do pay a pretty penny for some of these boards, and getting these really well-made aluminum cases is, I think, the way to go, especially if you pay something probably around $450 and above for a custom keyboard. This is something any vendor, any designer can throw in. The build is actually pretty simple. As I mentioned in the beginning, it's a top piece, a bottom piece. You get a daughter board for the PCB, and then of course the PCB. It's plateless. You have 4 screws that go into the back. Of course, you can screw in or screw out the little lily bottom piece, but that's about it. Put in your switches. This one came with, I think, the typeplus stabilizer set. I can't really remember what their name, but I will have it down in the description below. Huge fan. Huge fan. No rattle. The previous owner did a fantastic job of lubing them and setting this board up. The board came with a different switch. I think it was a Geon BCP switch, if I remember correctly. I will have it also down in the description below. But currently I use my own switch, which I called the Gateron Dark Burgundy. I will throw it out for group buy. I've sent over some switches to Georgie when I met him at IFA last week. But this is a Gateron long pole ink stem. It's the equivalent of a UXL TX spring, as I mentioned, 67 gram. And then it has the Gateron Milky ink top and bottom. They're both in a dark burgundy color, but it's the same material. And I will have a sound test at the end for you to, just get a glimpse of what this switch within this board as a plateless build sounds like. It's an HHKB style 60%. You don't have a lot of options with this keyboard. Better to say, you don't have any options. You go with this or you don't go anywhere. You have to use the right shift. You have to use the split backspace. But full left shift, split right shift, split backspace, that's it. No other options. Kind of limits you, but I think you know what you're getting here. Especially with an HHKB style layout, this is what it's supposed to be. No way else. The only thing that could be improved would be the asymmetrical corner blockers. I think this is a really nice design that shouldn't be messed with, especially with the little LED indicator. For me, that's probably one of the nicest boards design-wise that I've ever used. Probably top 5 typing-wise, but since it's the culmination of so many of my favorite specs in a keyboard, this would probably take the cake for me and be the last board that I own. I've been looking to minimize my entire desk setup and try to use as few real estate on my desk as possible, and this is just the perfect board for me. It's plateless, it's 60%. Okay, it might not be win keyless or a win keyboard, but I have gotten used to this HHKB style layout so quickly, and then it sounds fantastic. As I mentioned, the typing feed could be a little better if I compare it to something like the 4B. That is something I can totally draw back on my end and just appreciate the board for what it is, especially with the entire makeup, with the carrying case and all the accessories, the simple build, and then the astonishing design. Gok is one of the best keyboard designers out there. I wish he would have gotten a second run of his other 60% board, which I got on the aftermarket. But overall, I used 3 boards by Gok. They all been amazing, even though this 7V could have been a little better with the plateless implementation. Overall, it was an amazing board. Build quality was 10 out of 10 for all 3. And I think I will wrap it up with this. Check out the Lily, get it if you're in the market for a 60% or an HHKB board, and build it. It's just that damn good. I love it, and I think you will too. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out the description below for all the parts that I use for the R2 group buy. We'll put up some regional vendors that are listing the R2 Lily group buy. Check out my socials. I'll see you in the next one. I'll cue the music.